I guess I am a glutton for punishment, because right here I have a puzzle that is made by the same creator and designer and mastermind and evil genius and masochist, just kidding on the last one, who made the puzzle that broke Chris Ramsay, which is the puzzle I solved not but a couple weeks ago, called the Loki's Box of Tricks. This one is called the AntiKythera Tablets from Don't Eat Puzzles. And it comes along with this little card that says, answer the final question to make the same discovery as Antiochus. Antiochus. Don't be afraid to look it up. Don't know what all this means yet, but when I look at this puzzle and I see the Greek lettering, which I'm wondering if we're allowed to look up and interpret that, or if we have to use these little decipher things. But regardless, do we have what it takes to beat another one of these puzzles? Let's find out. But before we do, we're going to be solving this puzzle, so there are spoilers. You've been warned. All right, so big breath. We can do this. All right, so I'm gonna have to turn this to the side to look at it here. Yeah, I don't speak Greek. I don't know Greek. I know the letters. I know like that's Chi, I guess. That's Nu, Alpha. But the other side here, we see that there is some numbers there, some Greek letters here. These look like they should move, but they don't. So I'm assuming that this comes into play later on in the puzzle. We got to find out something first. Then we see on the side we have this little slidey key mazy looking thing, and then nothing on the other side. So given that nothing moves on any side except for this one, I'm assuming that's where we begin. And so I know that you can slide, like there's little slats here, so you can slide these out and in. But I'm assuming you have to somehow solve this concurrently, meaning, oh, and this, yeah, there you go. This, I think, moves back and forth, maybe? Maybe not. Yeah, I think it moves back and forth. But I think you have to solve them concurrently. So I think, like, if, for instance, you move that one out, can you move this, though? I don't think you can move this yet. I think this is just, this is the lock. Maybe I'm wrong. It seems to be like a little... like there's two little bars here, see? So I think maybe I can move these. Let me see. So see, I moved this back. So let me just see if I can figure this out. It might take a little bit of finagling, but that's what we can do with movie magic. We can speed it up. All right, so I just noticed there's 3 dots here, and there's 4 dots there. And I don't see any dots on this side or this side, so I don't know what that means yet, but I think it has something to do with something, so let's keep that in mind. Ah, we got this part out. I bet you that's gonna make life easier. All right, here we go. Things are starting to loosen up a little, guys. Ah, there we go. So can we get these out now? No, but we can go here, and does that let me take this out? Okay, we have a 1, here we go. A dot that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, so does that mean they come out in that order? So that would mean that this will come out next. How do I get this out? There we go, simple as that. Okay, so now I'm gonna take these out. There you see we have the 3, the 4. I'm wondering if that's just for the reset, to help us with the reset. That might be just him being really nice that we don't have to figure that part out on the reset. But anyway, let's not make that assumption. Let's see, we got stuff to pull out now. Very exciting. Oh wow, okay. So this is, oh wow. This is a little different from our box before, because our box before we had to open it layer by layer. This looks like it's all coming out. But I'm looking in here, And we can see, he again, I think is being very kind in how to stack it because he's putting the names of the individual, I guess these might be the puzzles or chapters that we have to solve. And then we got a little gear here with the number 17. I don't know if you can see that. 17 right there. So let's keep that in mind. Okay, so let's just stick this here for now. Well, actually, while we have it out, we can see that we have this little gear thingy here and another gear here, which fits right in there. You got some arrows there, so I guess we'll figure out what that means. All right, let's look at this. Ooh, we got like a puzzle in the back there. I'm not sure which one's first, but let me turn it over and see if that gives us a clue. Okay, so we have Hercules. I wonder if this is the first one. I don't know if there's an order. Oh, look at these. There's all sorts of little bits and pieces now. Medusa, Perseus, Medusa. Okay, this is cool. So Hercules. Hercules faced the four-headed Hydra, all four heads approaching from the left. Two of the heads moved to positions on the left of center and center, switching over after the second advance. Another one of the heads swung from one side of the other to the other where it remained firm. The main head moved right, but was blocked. It dodged right to the center after the first advance, causing our hero to withdraw. This head skirted all the way right before the second advance. Once the heads had settled, Hercules advanced on the beast, but missed and had to withdraw. He made a second advance before killing the killing blows. So here's the Hydra, cool little Hydra thing. We have a little shelfie thing. I don't know if there's supposed to be a piece of something in there. But anyway, I'm thinking that this is the clues to figure this out. So I want to set the rest of these aside just to give us some room. So it says Hercules faced the four-headed Hydra, and there's four different things. So maybe those are the four heads. Let's see how these move. Okay, so look, I think it basically just tells us a combination that we have to match. And then we pull this out based on the combination. So two of the heads move to positions on the left of center and center. So I guess that means that two of the heads are going to have to go center and then left of center, which would be here. Right? So I'm just showing the positions. I think we have to use the whole thing to tell us which ones go where. All right, but switching over after the second advance. Another one of the heads swung from one side to the other where it remained firm. Okay, so if we pull all this over here to start, so we know that one of them has to be in the center and one of them has to be left of center, right? Left of center and center. And then that way, and then you would switch on the second advance. I mean, they would switch positions. So let's just try this one here and this one here. And okay, nothing. So let's just kind of systematically see if we can figure this out. Hercules faced the four-headed Hydra, all four heads approaching from the left. So that's the left. Okay, so they're all on the left. Two of the heads moved to positions on the left of center and center, which I just tried and nothing really did anything. So there's left of center, center. So this one, this one can't go to the middle. So that limits our possibilities. But the rest of them can. That one goes to 4, this one goes to 4, this one goes to all the way to the right. Okay, so switching over after the second advance. Another one of the heads swing from one side to the other where it remained firm. So maybe that means that, so this one can't swing to the other side. This is the only one who can swing to the other side. This one can only go there. So maybe I have to do one of these two. Well, let's see if there's another clue. All right. The main head moved right, was blocked. At this one? It's blocked. It dodged right of center after the first advance. So meaning after the first time, I think advance means when I pull it out, so then it'll go right. This head skirted all the way right before the second advance. Once the heads had settled, Hercules advanced on the beast but missed it and had to withdraw. He made the second advance before the killing blows. Okay. So let's see, I think we have to figure out now. Maybe this one is center and this one is left of center. Nope, so this would be center and this would be left of center. Ah, there we go. Advanced. Pretty cool. Okay, so we figured that part out. Okay. Switching over after the second advance. Is that the first advance? I think that's the first advance, so we don't want to switch anything yet. Another one that had swung from one side to the other where it remained firm. So that's this one remains firm. The main head moved to the right, but was blocked. That's this one. Dodged right of center after the first advance. So that would be here. Causing our hero to withdraw. So maybe here, back to withdrawn. Okay. This head skirted all the way to the right before the second advanced. So that means that this one has to go all the way to the right now for the second one. And up here it said, two of the heads positions left center. Switching over after the second advance. So that means this goes to center and this goes to left of center. After the second advance. Okay, so I need to put that back. So we need to wait till the second advance happens and then do it. So one side to the other where it remained firm. It's okay, one main head remained blocked. After the first advance, it dodged right of the center. Wait, the main head moved right but was blocked. Okay, it dodged right of center after the first advance, so it needs to go here, not right of center, not all the way to the center. Where was the one that... There was one that went all the way across and remained firm. Was it this one? Oh shoot, no, it was this one. Okay. Whew. Okay. And it dodged right of center after the first advance, causing our hero to withdraw. And that's what we just did. This head skirted all the way to right before. Okay, so that was right. Okay, once the heads had settled, Hercules advanced on the beast, but missed and had to withdraw. Did that. That's where we are now. He made a second advance. There you go. So the second advance, we have to switch this here and this here. There we go. What does that say? Tau. Tau. Okay, so I think this is it. I think we solved it. Oh, I think we solved it. Oh, oops. I forgot to read this. The stories of Theseus were the first to yield some clue. As founding hero to the Athenians, tales of his adventures were numerous. During his encounter with the Minotaur of the Labyrinth of Daedalus, he had found something out of place in the heart of the maze, a toothed wheel inscribed with letters. Many of the treasures of Theseus were distributed amongst the families of Athens, but this item was now stored in the library. The scholars being unable to infer any meaning from it, but to Antiochus, it stood out like a beacon. As soon as he saw it, he knew there must be others. Why did such a beast have an item in such an unlikely place? And I think that might be what this is here, which it says, answer the final, to make the same discovery as Antiochus. Antiochus, I don't know how to say that. Antiochus. All right, so we have Tau. T-A-U. Tau is a letter in the Greek alphabet, I believe. So we're going to set this aside here because I think that might help us later. Okay, let's move on to Perseus. So that was Hercules. And who knows what that quote is from? Hercules. If you know that quote, from what movie, put it in the comments below. All right, so this one, let's see. The story of Sisyphus, was of particular interest, a man who would risk the wrath of Hades, not once, but twice. What treasures could be worth that risk? Antiochus, I gotta learn how to say that. I'm probably butchering it. Antiochus's instincts were correct. It seemed that Sisyphus had acquired a gear of his first dealing with Hades. Acquired a gear. Maybe that was what the gear I got. Sisyphus recovered a second gear on his trip to the underworld, but he had tempted fate and angered Zeus in the process. When Hermes dragged Sisyphus back to the underworld, the gears passed down to the lineage of Leda, and her daughter, Helen, who was subsequently captured by King Priam of Troy, Helen of Troy. After a long, protracted war with Troy, Odysseus, a master trickster like Sisyphus, came up with a plan to rescue Helen. Hiding Greek warriors inside a wooden horse, they were able to return Helen and both gears to Ephyra. Anyways, that's the Trojan horse, and if you look, I have a puzzle called Horse with a Warrior, and I'm gonna solve that and put a video up of that. Even though I've done a short of it, I'm gonna actually do a solved video because it's a pretty cool puzzle. It's based on the Trojan horse. Okay, so something about gears, and I think this is where, we got this little thing here. Probably lets us turn. Yep, it's like a little screwdriver deal, and it's gonna let us turn these when appropriate. And then we have these little slider thingies here. All right, so Perseus, I believe he's the one that brought, no, that's Theseus brought the fire to the people, right? So Perseus was the guy who chopped off Medusa's head in Clash of the Titans. Athena cursed the mortal Medusa with a hideous face and snakes for hair. Anyone who made eye contact with the Gorgon would be turned to stone. I think I work with somebody like that. Perseus, I maybe shouldn't have made that comment, but anyway, Perseus takes the reflective bronze shield from Athena and holds it as a mirror to locate Medusa. Walking backwards towards Medusa, he turns the shield to keep a clear view of her, and once within striking distance, he cut off her head where she slept. Okay, then we see Medusa here, and this little icon looks like this. So the question is, how is this solved? Okay, can't make contact to her, so Perseus takes the reflective bronze shield from Athena and holds it as a mirror to locate Medusa. And look at that, this little border here. I don't know if that has any Greek mythology symbolism, but I believe that's what Versace uses a lot on their designs, with the Medusa head as being their logo. So I don't know if that was intentional, or if they use that because it's from the mythology. That's why the brand uses it. But anyway, walking backwards towards Medusa, he turns the shield to keep a clear view of her and striking distance out of her head where she slept. Okay, so let's see. I do not know. Okay, so we got little sliders. I've got a feeling that we just got to find a pattern where all of the sliders somehow fit some configuration. Maybe this is Medusa here because it has the Medusa, the Versace stuff on there. So I think we got to make this move. So to make that move, we probably have to, okay, so these are all pointing towards the middle. I bet you anything we have to get these all pointed to these circles. So the first thing is we got to figure out what can move. So right now none of these sliders can move. So that means one of these circles has to move if the sliders are going to move. Oh, I have some weird quirk where the feeling of unfinished wood, oh, here we go, this one moves. The feel of unfinished wood gives me the heebie-jeebies. Like, even the thought of putting a popsicle stick in my mouth just makes my spine, it's a horrible thought. I don't know what's wrong with my mind that has that quirk, but regardless, this is that unfinished wood kind of feel to it. So I have to just put my mind away because like this little feeling of scraping wood against wood is super horrible for me. But anyway, looks like this one's turning, so that means it probably maybe these little carrots, there we go. So that lets me push that one in. But this one won't go up, so and this one doesn't move, so I don't know if that's the right move. Let's see if there's any other moves here. Okay, so there's only one place to move here. So there's only one place where it slides. So that probably makes this one be able to move. No? Okay. Okay. Huh. Okay, so maybe that's not the one to move first. Maybe it's this one to move first. So let's try this one. So that doesn't move. No. There you go. That moves. This doesn't move. So let's see if this moves now. Yep, there you go. Okay, so that was the right move. So that was a little bit of a misdirection there. So you have to try to figure out the pattern, I guess. That closes. Can this one? There you go. And then that one. Oh, I turn this one. Should do it. Ah, did it. All right. So now we have. Looks like the letter A. So I'm gonna go to the right first. L. All right. So it's lambda. So we have tau and lambda. So those are two Greek letters. All right. So we'll put that one aside now. Number 2 done. Moving on to the next. And we have another one of these screw jigamud bobbers. And, ooh, a little ball bearing in a little maze that I'm solving as we speak, and I have no clue what that means. I think I have to turn these to get it all the way through the maze. But anyway, let's read the little story in the back. Antiochus, now in possession of 5 gears, set about gears. Where are these gears? Am I missing something, or is it these are the gears? Am I doing it backwards? Am I doing the story backwards? I don't know. All right. Antiochus, now in possession of 5 gears, set about decoding the knowledge contained within them. I think that has to do with the box here and those geary thingies. The number of permutations were phenomenal, but with determination he reduced them, eliminating the incorrect combinations until only one was left. One indisputable fact. Once the incredible revelation set in, all of his calculations made sense. He could finally see how to culminate his vision. He could make the machine work. Its design was the work of a lifetime. Antiochus would not live to see his mechanism constructed. He passed satisfied that the astronomical secrets could finally be told. Okay, and then here we have Sisyphus, who we already talked about, the most cunning of men. He cheated death and Hades twice. Sisyphus was doomed to spend all eternity pushing a boulder up a hill, only to have it crash back down again before it reached the peak. Yeah, we've heard of that, right? Sisyphus pushing the boulder up the rock, and there he is. Another of these symbols. I guess that specifies what we need to use. And then we have a little round coggy thingy with a thingy here. So let's see what we have to do. Let's see. You know what? Pushing it up a hill before it coming crashing down. I've got a feeling this is going to be a tough one. I bet you anything it's going to have like some trap doors and stuff that makes it fall if you don't do it right. So, oh boy. All right. So, looks like we have a little notch in there. And that probably delivers the ball to some place. Looks like, well, let's see if I can get the ball out here. Okay, so the ball is now here with this little mechanism. So let's see if I put this in there. Okay, it brings it over here, which is the beginning, I guess. Okay, so then here I push it over here and start in this maze, which is not really that difficult of a maze. Put it to here, and I'm guessing I transfer that to there. Until it goes up, okay. And then I guess I would like that until, there you go, okay. So then we go, I'm just waiting for the first trap. It's in there now. Okay, now let's, go. All right, it's in here now, but now it looks like it's blind because these are covered. So that tells me there's traps in there. Okay, So here's the thing. It's already lost because this is representing something it's not the same maze anymore. So already lost. Oh, there it is right there. See it? So I need to transfer that now. Okay. So did I do it? I mean, it's up here. Do I try to turn this now? Do I need to... There it goes. Went down a little thingy. Now it's here. Got it. Transferring. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh no. Looks like it could go that... Okay, we got N. Got N. Am I gonna have to do this multiple times? Oh shoot, need to be careful so it doesn't go... Oh no, it's making me go back into the maze. So I have to keep doing it over and over. That's what it was talking about. Gosh darn it, this is devious. Devious. Oh, if I would only... Alright, well we did it once, we can do it again. Alright, I can take it. Oh my gosh, it took forever. Right, now we're back over here. We're gonna drop down in there. And let's see. We got an N, O. Write this down. N, O, I. Trying to think of what letter in the alphabet has another letter, because I don't want to have to do it again. I think I'm going to have to. So here we go again. N-O-L. O-N-O-L-I. I don't think it's the last one. Nole. Feeling that there's a circle thing and it's probably not this order, but anyway. Here we go. Back up the hill, guys. S. I have no clue. Nolus. P. U. That was tedious, but given the Sisyphus theme, appropriate. So we're going to give it a thumbs up because it gave us the feeling of being Sisyphus. Now the only thing is we have to figure out what Nolus Poo means. Oh, Upsilon. Epsilon is a letter. I don't think Upsilon. That was a U. Oh, I guess I can turn it now, right? We had it a Nolus Poo, so it was the last one. It's a U. So that's a U. I don't know. Let's go to the next one. Oh, here's where some of the gears are coming into play. So I'm guessing maybe we did these backwards. Oh, you're supposed to break these off, these little pins to put in here. Oh, we got some thread too. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Theseus. I think this is the guy that brings... Isn't this the guy that brings... I don't know. Bravest of the Athenian warriors, Theseus sought out the labyrinth to defeat the Minotaur. On his arrival in Crete, he met with Eridina, who advised him how to best proceed. She armed him with a ball of string and a cryptic message. As he took a number of steps around her, words started to add up. As he took a number of steps around her, words started to add up. Okay. Once in the center, Theseus overpowered the Minotaur and stabbed the beast in the throat. Okay, so here's our little cryptic thing here. just this side. You have that little Medusa Versace symbol there. And we have A to question mark. And then, so I wonder if that means there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe 12 or 13. Don't know. So let's see, A to the question mark, W1. So let's see, does that mean W1? We got 24 pins, 7. This says 7 on it, and a thread. So this must be the 7 wheel. Okay. And we have some letters there. I think that goes into the next, that goes into that puzzle in the back of the box probably. Okay, what to do? W1, S6. Oh, West 1. Okay, so let's see. Does he start somewhere? Starts here, maybe? Maybe starts at, no, there's no A. We have the little, oh, I just noticed this. I just thought I was seeing this, but I didn't see these letters here. So there's actually a, can you guys see that on the camera? There's like, here, let me get up close. Can you see that? There's like letters around here. I just saw that. That is sneaky because he did not make those black like everything else. And it has A, B, C, D, E, F, G all the way to Z. I don't know how that helps us. I'm pretty sure we know these are the directions, north, south, east, and west. So if this is our compass, north would be there, south, east, and west. So West 1, let's see how the grid goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so it's a 9 by 9 grid. So we have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. So no 5, no 7. So if I have a peg, then I can move 8 in each direction. So maybe that's the limit. Move between 1 and 8. I can't do 5 or 7. I don't know how that matters, but where do I start? Maybe it's like remember that game Minesweeper on like the old PCs where you hit the button and it told you how many bombs are in the surrounding area? Maybe this is like Minesweeper. Most we can get is 8 because it has to be 8 away from it. So, okay, hold on a second. So if there's one that's north 8, that means that it has to be on this bottom row, right? Do you think maybe it has to do with sequential? So like north 8 and west 8. So it's talking about the one before it. So like this north 8 one would be north 8 of this one, and this would be west 8 of this one. So this would have to be right, and this would have to be right because this is the only place on the board that can be 8 north and have also enough room. Wait, no, take that back. This is 8 north, and this would have to be 8 west, or west 8. So then that would mean this peg here would have to be this one in order for it to have a north 8. Let's see, and then that, okay, let's see if this works out. Okay, and what do I do with this? Is there a pattern? Well, it looks like we have a big X except for the middle one. And then we have this right here. So do I use that thread to like wrap it around in order of where we started, which I believe was with this one? So it's a little maze, and it looks like we enter through here, go through here, around here, through here. Okay. So, so maybe that's where this goes. So let's see, 1 to question mark, but then we have dot, dot, dot. So maybe this is not the number of spaces, it's just telling us the progression. So we start with the letter A and go to the next one. What does that mean? So that's what this wheel's about. Because if we remember from another puzzle that shall remain nameless, when we had the wheel, that was because you were supposed to use the letters, substitute numbers for letters. So like A is 1, B is 2, and then if you get past 26, you just keep going around in the circle. But there's not even 26, 25 is the biggest number here. Let's just start with A, all right? Start with A, and then the first number that you enter the maze, let's see, as he took a number of steps around her words, started to add up. So 1 plus 17. So what's that? A, 1, 2, 3. Oh, let me get that paper out from that other puzzle I still happen to have. So 17 would be this, so plus 1 is 18 is R. Okay, and then 17 again. Would you add 17 to it? So that would be, that does not look right. All right, what are we doing wrong, guys? 1 plus 17 is 18. Oh, I started from 17, so I need to start from 18 from the R. It's not 17 plus 17, it's 18 plus 17, which isn't H, it's I. All right, there we go. All right, I'm so glad I saved this from the other puzzle. So it reads, Adriana led Theseus to the heart of the labyrinth and spoke the word Omicron. So that means, I'm going to cross this out and put up, epsilon, and Omicron. I'm assuming this might be epsilon, but who knows. All right, so I think this one is done. Stick that there, I'll wind that back up later. And then we got this last tablet here. And I can put this here for now. I'll put this little gear here since we're gonna, and then these two gears I'll put over here as well. So this looks like the Trojan horse here. And I'm gonna spill this out because it looks like we have to take it out anyway and figure something out here. Odysseus. They eyed the Trojan horse with suspicion. If only they could see what was inside it, they would be happier. They began dismantling the object until most of the parts were removed. Despite their best efforts, they still managed to reassemble it differently. They were, however, satisfied that it had no more secrets left to yield. Okay. Maybe that's what this was. This was a puzzle that was put together. Maybe I got to put it together differently to yield secret. All right, I tried there. Okay, I tried putting them in place where there was no blanks, but I can't figure out a way, so I'm just gonna, so let's see, letters here. R, K, A, P. Yeah, I think this is it. Kappa. PA. All right, so I was going in circles for no reason. I don't know why I assumed there should be no blanks, but I made it harder on myself than I needed to. This is a pretty cool little jigsaw puzzle too. I think he sells these types of puzzles by themselves as well, so maybe I'll look into that. All right, so we've got, so let's put that up here, Kappa. So now we have tau, lambda, upsilon, which I still don't think that that's correct. That's supposed to be an E. I don't think there is an upsilon. I think there's an epsilon. Omicron and kappa. Okay, so that means we've solved all of these puzzles. So now we just got the shell puzzle with these gears and how to figure that out. So the one thing that we did know or notice was, like, on this last puzzle we had a 11 and an 13. So I'm gonna write those down: 11 and 13. And those, I don't remember which gears were here. Oh shoot, I should have marked them, but I think it was these two. And then there was one, let's see, I'm gonna put this one aside. And there was another one here. Oh, I need to redo this. There was this one with the maze, had a 7 with a gear. Oh, maybe it's the number of spokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, so it's 11, 13, 7. All right, so it's the number of spokes. So there was a 7, 11, and 13. I'll put this over here. Get this out of the way. And then there was one inside here. If you guys remember, at the very beginning we saw this one here that had the number 17 in it. And I think that was this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yes, okay. So this is all correct. And then we have this one here, which I don't remember seeing any. I mean, it obviously fits on top here, but I don't remember seeing any 37 anywhere. I don't remember seeing any one that describes this anywhere. But, oh, these numbers here, 7, 11, 13, 17, and then a 37. Let's see if we count this. There's 7. Okay, so there's 37 spokes here, so they're all accounted for. Let me just write that down, even though it's written down here, but just in case. All right, so there's 37 of that. Okay, so let's see if this looks like it's probably a decoder of some sort. I don't know how these fit into it, but we basically have, oh wait, so we have the names, or these letters, tau, lambda, upsilon, omicron, and kappa. So maybe if we look on here, we can see kind of where this goes. So what I'll say is, you know, kappa is usually represented by K, omicron by O, epsilon I imagine would probably be E. I'm just gonna say because it's epsilon, and then lambda would be an L, tau would be a T. Now, typically, at least in science, when we talk about these letters, we use the Greek letter. We don't actually use the English alphabet equivalent. But given that all the letters on here are in English, I'm wondering whether we just need to do that. So let's see, 7 here. You can see these are kind of like not mirror images, but if you like swung that up there, it would match, like this symbol would match right where this is, and this spiral would match this spiral. Now, I don't know what these two circle thingies, there's one here and there's one here, but I don't know what that means. This one has 4, this one has 3. I really don't know what that means. So, but what we can say is where 7 lies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's in sequence in this spiral. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that's an epsilon actually. Okay, so let's assign the epsilon here. I'm lost, guys. I'm lost. Do I have to do something with these gears? Let's see. So, is there an E? There's an E on here. There's a T on here. There's an O on here. Wait. So this is the number 17. So is there an L? Okay, so there's an L on here. Let's see. Then there's the 17 is there. Oh, wait. Oh, this is the 13. There's an O. Yeah, okay. 11 T. There's a T. And 7 is there an E. There is not an E. Oh boy. So let's see, which one is on here? Is there T? No. Is there an L? No. Is there an O? No. Is there K? No. Maybe that's why it was misspelled. Maybe U, because this is supposed to be this one, epsilon, but maybe that's why it's misspelled to throw us off. Wait, up here. So maybe this one is U, not E. Maybe that was on purpose. Okay, so I still don't know how to interpret this, but given that, let's see if we can figure this out. So we've identified the letters on each one of these, and I'm thinking that these arrows might have to do with, so 17 would be L. So the arrows would line up with, go in. There we go, okay. So now let's see, when we spin it, oh. Okay, so I don't know, I guess they're supposed to move out of the places, but I have no clue what to do now. It says to move it that way, maybe? All right, so what am I trying to do? Am I looking for the arrows and where they point to new letters? It starts with R. Maybe I just go with this arrow. Let's just write that down. Okay, this is not making sense. I'm gonna do it a few more times just to see if it becomes clear, but yeah, I don't think that's right. Oh, we got something wrong here, guys. Maybe it was where we, no, I don't know what we got wrong, but let's just go on a few more. I think I made a mistake here. Well, I know I made a mistake. I think I figured out what the mistake was. So it's been a while since I looked at my Greek letters. So that is not epsilon. I think that's sigma. It's a capital sigma. Because I did cheat and look up the Greek alphabet. So if that's a sigma, it changes here what we're looking at. So we have sigma at 7. I'm gonna put sigma at 7. Sigma at 7. And then at 11 we have the tau. Then we have 13 we have omicron, and those don't change. We actually had those before. This was the one that was different. Where did we put? We put epsilon there, but it wasn't epsilon. And then 17 is pi. Remember we saw that and we just tried to explain it away and put the H there. And then 37 was up here, which was the H. Okay, so then I was like, okay, so sigma would probably be represented by S. Right, so sigma would be represented by S. We have T, O, and pi would be P, and then H. This is getting messy. S-T-O-P-H. Stop, Hitchcock. All right, so is this right? So maybe we got to look at what tablets we got. What? Okay, so this is Theseus, and which one was this one? Shoot, I don't even remember how I solved it. Oh yeah, it was the thing where she said Omicron. So Omicron was Theseus. Okay. This one was Odysseus, and this was Kappa. Odys. I'm just put Odys. I'm tired. All right, and the Sisyphus, which was a chore, but appropriately, as we said on that. I'm gonna put those. Where this goes up here. Okay, so this one, Sisyphus was. This was the Upsilon one. SYS. All right, and then this one, Perseus. I don't remember which one this one. This was the second one we did, so I'm assuming this is Lambda. Perseus. I hope I'm right. Oh, this one I think was easier. Yeah, Tau. So this is Tau. So this was the first one, which was, and I was saying Hercules. It's Heracles. Heracles. Okay, so does that help me? All right, so, okay, so sigma S T, so Sisyphus, Theseus, Odysseus, P, Perseus, and Heracles. Okay. So we were missing that piece. Let's see if that makes a difference, though. Oh, maybe it's the answer to each. Okay, so Odysseus was Kappa. Theseus was Omicron. Sisyphus was Epsilon, but I'm going to put the U because what we did the first time. Perseus was Lambda. And then Heracles was Tau. So let's try that. I think our clue is Hesperus and Phosphorus personify. I thought this was going to be like the finish. Am I supposed to be able to read this? Wait, let's go back to this little thing. Answer the final question to make the same discovery as Antiochus. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And don't be afraid to look it up. I think we can use our phones now. So I'm going to grab a computer and look this up. Hesperus was the personification of the evening star in Greek mythology, son of Eos, goddess of dawn, and Cephalus. His mother had another son by the star god Astræos, who was called Phosphorus, or Eosphorus, meaning the morning star. So they were stars. S-T-A-R-S, is that it? Personify stars? And this other one, who are Phosphorus and Hesperus in Greek mythology? Hesperus and Hesperos were the gods of the star Venus. So V-E-N, so it's either stars, it's either stars or Venus. And so they're saying here that they're both, at least the internet, the interwebs is telling me that they're both gods of the star Venus. So I'm guessing that's because it's the same star. So I mean, I don't know how to know, guys. I don't know if that's the right answer. It fits in the letters. I guess that's all we can do. I don't know what all this means, and I'm not going to take the time to interpret it because I is tired, and we finished it, and I'm going to try to reset it real quick, and I'll be right back. So I got it mostly back together. I wasn't able to figure this part out yet as far as how to reset this, and I'm sure if I just sat down and played with it, eventually I'd get it. And there's probably actually step-by-step really good rationale. Now that I can see the pieces, I can get them out. But anyway, I just don't have the time right now to fiddle with that because I solved the puzzle. And if you guys think the reset is part of the puzzle and I failed, well, I guess I failed. Wah, wah. But I don't think we did. I think we solved it. And it was a lot more fun, I believe. Well, let me take that back. I think that the last puzzle that we reviewed from Martin actually was fun, except for that one kind of component that he built in twice that was way too laborious to be fun, and it kind of sucked the fun out of the puzzle. With that exception, that was a pretty fun puzzle. This one I think was more fun because there was less of that laboriousness. The messages were more concise. It was the wrong one. They're more concise. They were smaller. He did throw us off with this whole dealie here. That took us a long while. But the rest of it was pretty straightforward. It was a lot of fun. A mix of puzzle types and materials, using the string to make the maze was really cool. All in all, I really like this, and it's well worth the money. I think this is, again, another one of his that are, I believe, somewhere under $200, maybe slightly over $200. But this, again, I'm not typically one that goes for these laser cut type of puzzles because a lot of times they're kind of, in my opinion, half-assed. I don't know if that's controversial, but very reasonable for the level of puzzling and enjoyment you get. It also looks kind of cool, and it will look cool sitting next to my Loki's box of tricks. So I don't know if you guys are going to get one. I think you should. But if you don't get one, or you don't want to get one for any reason, I do hope you enjoyed solving it through my eyes. And if you could, please like, subscribe, ring the bell, watch other videos, and I will see you back here next time. Goodbye for now.